Hi guys, it's Asia and Amrika.
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel where we talk about life and education in the UK for international students.
Over the time working with students applying to British universities with our company, we noticed that some mistakes happen way more often than others. So today we would like to share 10 most common mistakes that students make in their university applications.
So let's get started.
First mistake is applying to only one university or way too many. First of all, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Even though you might meet all the entry requirements for the university, it still doesn't guarantee you a place on the course. Well, after all, if it is a competitive program, it might be simply oversubscribed because all universities give away their offers on the first came, first served basis.
So what we recommend? If you're applying for a bachelor's course, then choose 5 programs because you submit one application to all 5 universities. But if you're a master's student, then choose maximum 3 programs. Then you need to fill a separate application for each university. Plus, you need to amend your personal statement for each program and each university. So it takes time, and high quality here is important.
Poor planning. I know guys, we're all very busy and it's so easy to procrastinate, but university application is the only place and only time where lastminute.com doesn't work. You have to plan in advance, and British universities do have very strict deadlines, especially for bachelor programs.
So if you're a bachelor student, then ideally you should start your application 1 year in advance when the system you're gonna apply through, called UCAS, opens. That's especially important if you're applying for medicine or Oxbridge universities, because for those the deadline is 15th of October, a year before the program starts.
Deadlines are so insane here, and if you want to know more about all the important deadlines at UK universities, click the link here in the corner and read our article with tons of useful information on this topic. The third mistake, sloppy applications. When I used to work at the university admissions, I had seen so many applications each intake, and whenever a sloppy and carelessly filled one came on my table, it created the worst impression about the student who submitted that application.
So we recommend that you do take your time and carefully fill every field in the application form, and read all the requirements and provide every single document in the format required. If something is unclear, do call up the university and ask. Or if, for example, you have a document in a different format, then make an explanation note why it is so. So take your time.
Getting too personal in your personal statement. It sounds odd, right? But this is a very common mistake. We read personal statements every single day, and you won't believe how many students get into giving away way too much personal information that's not even related to their course.
For a start, don't share your childhood stories. Concentrate on your current achievements, skills, talents, and ambitions. Also, don't share your grandma's favorite saying. Tell what you think.
Being shy is probably the biggest mistake you can make. A lot of people, including myself, feel really awkward telling others how brilliant we are. Something really wrong about blowing your own trumpet. But university application, this is the time when you forget about your shyness and just go for it.
So you need to tell in detail about each of your achievements, what you've done, what you've learned, but make sure that you support each of your claims by specific evidence. In this case, it's not just boasting, that's simply stating facts.
Being scared of being different. I noticed that the majority of students, before they write their personal statements, go online to read a few examples. And that is a good start. It's a great way to learn how to write them, what to put in them. But there is also a risk that your personal statement will end up sounding like thousands of others.
Don't be afraid to write something different, to be original and to be yourself. Because if you're applying for a competitive course and there are many students who meet the academic requirements, your personal statement is one of the few ways to stand out. Lack of extracurricular activities can be costly for your application. Some students concentrate on the academic side of things too much and they simply forget to tell how great they are outside the classroom. So what are your hobbies and talents? Maybe you play a music instrument, or you won a photography exhibition. Or maybe last summer you took a part in a challenging hiking. Share this experience.
Universities really love well-rounded students who can bring in something new, connect with other people, be positive, and make university life just a better experience and more fun. Being funny is a mistake, funnily enough. Well, don't get us wrong here. Funny is good. It's great, in fact. But being funny in your personal statement or anywhere else in your application is very tricky. If the person who is checking your application doesn't get the joke or doesn't share the same sense of humor, then it might backfire.
And it seems that it's especially true for international students, as cultural differences affect the humor first. And unless you're 100% sure that your joke is good and university will get it, just leave it out.
Underestimating references is a big mistake. When you say you're great in your personal statement is one thing, but when another person says you're great in a reference, it's a totally different thing. It has much more impact.
Especially if this person is a respected professor or a manager of a company. We notice that many students are happy to get a reference from the first person who says yes to write in a few positive lines about them, but that is not good enough. You need to find a person who knows you well and who is willing to put time and effort into writing a good reference, not a generic one.
The last mistake is using informal email address. If we have to tell you how often students provide very funny or strange email addresses in their application forms. It can be johnny007@gmail.com or sweetheart@yahoo.something, and believe me, these are not the worst ones.
I once had a student whose email was simply the best. Yes, and I also have a funny email myself, and I use it to send pictures of cute puppies to my friends. But I also have work email, of course, but also official personal email, and I use the one which is appropriate in the situation, so you should do the same. And it only takes 5 minutes to open a new email box. I must say that university would not reject your application because of a silly email address, but it doesn't make a cool impression.
That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions regarding university applications, please leave them in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer. Or you can also go to our website fastrack.edu.co.uk and get a free consultation.
If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Every week we publish videos for international students in the UK where we share advice, tips, tricks you can use